Dinosaur Story. Dinosaur Rush in North America. Hello! This time, let's learn about the history of dinosaur research in North America, including the United States. America lagged behind Europe in dinosaur research. However, from the late 18th century, active fossil research began to take place in the New World. Many expeditions were dispatched, and many fossils were also found. Footprints as well as fossil skeletons are a very important part of dinosaur research. The first people to discover dinosaur footprints were Native Americans. They left petroglyphs that mean the land of bird footprints. In 1802, dinosaur footprints were found on a farm in Massachusetts. But at the time, even scholars thought they were large bird footprints, because dinosaur footprints look very similar to those of birds. Edward Hitchcock was a master of footprints. He found numerous dinosaur footprints and he laid the foundation for footprint research. However, he misunderstood most of the dinosaur footprints he found as being those of reptiles or birds. Thomas Jefferson, the third president of the United States, was an avid collector of fossils. He sent out fossil exploration teams and built a fossil exhibition hall in the White House to display the fossils they brought. It served as the first fossil museum in the United States. Thomas Jefferson's expedition unearthed many fossils, especially the skeletons of mastodons. Mastodons are animals that look very similar to elephants. They are cousins of elephants and mammoths. Jefferson had a large claw fossil and named them Megalonyx, which means the giant claw of a carnivorous animal. However, the fossil was later turned out to be the claw of a herbivorous ground sloth. The first dinosaur on the North American continent was reported by Joseph Leidy of the University of Pennsylvania. He introduced Hadrosaurus, Dinodon, and Trachodon. After the Civil War, there were two scholars, Edward Cope and Othniel Marsh, who made significant contributions to the study of dinosaurs. At first, they got along well, but they fought a lot later. So people even said it was a war. Edward Cope was born into a wealthy family. He was a hot-tempered person. He studied comparative anatomy at the University of Pennsylvania. Othniel Marsh was born into an ordinary family. Unlike the hot-tempered Cope, he was an introverted and cautious person. He studied vertebrate paleontology at Yale University. Cope studied and restored Elasmosaurus fossils. However, Marsh criticized it as a sloppy restoration. It's because the skull was attached to the tail incorrectly. From then on, they fought a lot. Although these two fought, they contributed greatly to the study of dinosaurs. Edward Cope has written more than 1,400 papers, presented 56 species of dinosaurs such as Camarasaurus, and more than 1,000 species of vertebrates. Marsh also led an expedition and discovered more than 80 species of dinosaurs, including Apatosaurus, Brontosaurus, and Allosaurus. And he first used the term sauropod to refer to dinosaurs with large bodies, long necks and tails. Among the dinosaurs Marsh discovered, Apatosaurus and Brontosaurus were later found to be the same dinosaur. So only the first named Apatosaurus is used, and the genus name Brontosaurus is no longer used. At the end of the 19th century, fossil exploration in the western part of the United States and Canada was carried out with the support of the American Museum of Natural History. Barnum Brown was in charge. The raft used for the expedition was called the Mary Jane. Barnum Brown's greatest achievement was the discovery of the first fossil skeletons of Tyrannosaurus. Through his discovery, we came to know about Tyrannosaurus, the king of dinosaurs. Andrew Carnegie was a businessman who loved fossils. He founded the Carnegie Museum of Natural History and sent out expeditions to find large dinosaur skeletons for display in the museum. The expedition finally found a Diplodocus skeleton. Carnegie not only displayed the skeleton at the Carnegie Museum of Natural History, but also sent replicas to England, France, Germany, and Austria. This dinosaur is called Diplodocus carnegii after him. Around this time, dinosaur mummies were also discovered by Sternberg and his sons. The most famous of these is the Trachodon mummy. Even the muscles and skin were well preserved. It was later identified as an Edmontosaurus, not a Trachodon, but is still called Trachodon mummy after its original name. In 1922, an expedition team of the American Museum of Natural History, led by Roy Andrews, left for the Gobi Desert in Central Asia. The expedition was the largest ever, with 8 cars and 150 camels. Roy Andrews, who led the expedition, is a very famous person. Many consider him the inspiration for the film hero Indiana Jones. The results were great too. They found many fossils, including the Protoceratops skeleton, dinosaur eggs and nests that even include embryos. This is the first dinosaur egg fossil. We learned that dinosaurs laid eggs due to dinosaur egg fossils found by the Andrews Gobi expedition. Roy Andrews has been to Korea as well. He stopped in Pohang to study ghost whales and took skeletons to the United States. There is a statue to commemorate him next to the Gyeongsang-po Whale Museum. Dinosaur quiz. Who was the first to discover the Tyrannosaurus skeleton? Number 1 Barnum Brown. Number 2 Edward Cope. Number 3 Roy Andrews. Number 4 Edward Hitchcock. The answer is Barnum Brown. The skeleton of the Tyrannosaurus was first discovered in Montana, USA by Barnum Brown, funded by the American Museum of Natural History in 1902. That's it for today. See you next time. Thank you.